name is Christian, and I study public management and social development.
And my name is Tanja, and I also study public management and social development. And we have been together starting up a social organization here at SDC called the Zhong Dan Team.
Yeah, and the name kind of originated out of a competition we had to kind of kick off the whole thing, which was started primarily because we realized that you need more than just the group works in class to kind of socialize and get to know each other. So we wanted to create like a forum where we could jointly kind of come up with events that would kind of bring people together across disciplines and across nationalities. So that was kind of the main idea behind this Zhong Dan Team.
Yeah, and for me it was very much a question of learning how to be together with the Chinese, because I felt I have never really been interacting with Chinese my age before, but I quickly realized that you don't get to know them by going out for a drink on Friday night, as you do in Denmark, because they don't drink, and then you have to be a little more creative in order to do things that don't exclude them. So we started to talk about how we could perhaps do talk nights and do things where we have fun together and we laugh and we talk, but without getting drunk or without keeping it to the strictly Danish way.
Yeah, so one of the initiatives that we came up with and we had most and so far is this quiz night, which we just finished the second edition of this night. Where we just kind of get together in groups in different teams, like Danish and Chinese get together, and then the winning team from last session will come up with some difficult questions where we kind of need to be from both nationalities in order to get a good score, so to say. So you need to kind of work together. We also have some other events that are focused more on getting to know a specific aspect of the culture. So tomorrow, for example, we have an internet session where we will try to establish user profiles on Taobao, which is a Chinese version of eBay, you could say, and also the Chinese version of Twitter, QQ, and vice versa. Teach the Chinese how to get on Facebook, how to get on Twitter, if they want to learn how to do that. And I'll just show them, what we use the internet for and what they use it for. Because,
And the baseline in all these events are that we want to be together and we want to have something to talk about. So we don't just sit and exchange things that are related to our studies, but also about our lives. And sometimes there's a need to create a little more room for it than just sitting next to each other in class.
And creating this network is especially important here in China. I mean, I've lived here for almost 2 years, and you kind of get an idea how important it is to build a network from the start. Get to know people, and you might, become a pretty valuable asset later on. So it's important to get that informal setting, because that's how the Chinese do it in a lot of occasions out here. So we're trying to do that as well. Well, one of the things that you kind of quickly need to learn is to be flexible out here. There's a lot of changes to the schedules. You never really know what's going to happen within the next week. Even the next day sometimes. You might have to change venues for different classes. The teachers might not be the ones that you were expecting to have, which kind of makes it a little bit difficult from time to time, but it also kind of challenges you to kind of be flexible and prepare for the unexpected, which is, I think, how things work here in China in a lot of aspects. So you need to kind of get past your own cultural, in Denmark you expect something and then it's going to happen the way you expected it. In a lot of cases it doesn't work out here that way. So you need to already from the start, get to the point where you can kind of operate in a different environment, in a different setting. That's one of the most biggest issues we have, I guess.
And apart from that, it's been really great coming to China. And I think there are lots of really wonderful classmates and nice experiences to be had.
We've had a lot of very interesting lectures as well. They've had a lot of different perspectives on China and Denmark. So you get to know a lot of different angles and different problems, which gives you a kind of a broad, broad knowledge of the subject, because you don't have this one-way communication that you would usually you would expect to get in China, where you have the professor standing, interacting in a monologue. There's a lot more dialogue and a lot more teachers involved as well. So you have a bigger input from a lot of angles, which is very good, I think.
And on public management, it's been a challenge, and it's been a really good thing that we come from a lot of different backgrounds. So everyone has something different to share and to begin with, and that means you learn not just what is taught in the class, but also what your fellow students see and perceive this question as, and that can be very valuable. Both from the Danish side, where we have lots of different backgrounds, and from the Chinese side, where there's definitely a lot of different backgrounds as well.